What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Red Feather, and welcome to another installment of the concept overview series. This one, we go into the Steampunk Showdown. Probably another one of my favorites. We have the new robot, the Paragon, for Space Tech. Space Tech has created another Seraph. Kind of. Yeah, the Paragon is another Seraph-like robot. Paragon uses the Seraph base design, but relies on extremely powerful jump engines instead of flight. Now, the Paragon is a Seraph that can jump instead of flight. Thanks to its improved core reactor, Paragon can leap at mid-range distances and crash downwards like a rocket. ECU cannot be equipped due to design features. And here we go to the ability Rocket Jump. And this will basically be similar to the Raptor, but there's no reflector. The robot makes a jet jump towards a chosen direction. If the ability is activated again, it slams toward the ground. When the robot drops to the ground or lands the jump, it emits a blast wave around it, which throws enemies away from the robot, deals damage, and applies rust to the enemies in its area of effect. So yeah, no reflector, and I could add the tidbit where it can glide, but nah. The Paragon was more of like an evolution of the Mercury. And I certainly have a soft spot for it. Rust, we know this. The radius or the shockwave range is 150 meters. Ability damage 29,800. Might drastically lower that. I mean, the Mercury, the shell does similar damage to this with its ability at level 1. I think it's fine. 16-second cooldown, 50% durability recovery decrease, which is essentially the rust, 30% defense decrease, also from rust, 5-second effect duration. And then we get to its passive extra plating. The robot has improved plating that reduces the damage taken from kinetic weapons by a slight amount. The plating increases the robot's durability slightly at a certain level. So this essentially means that, like, weapons, say, like the Smuta, Kremola, and Razdor, they're kinetic weapons, they're not going to be as effective against the Paragon because of its passive. It's a 10% reduced damage regardless of the level, and the plating increases the robot's durability will only apply at Mark 3. 10% more durability with extra plating at Mark 3. His HP is 89,300, speed is 39, class is Brawler, hard points are 2 light and a heavy, just like the Mercury. Default weapons 2 Punisher and a Thunder, recommended equipment 2 Revenge and a Massacre, which are the new weapons, which we'll get to. We have Revenge for Space Tech, a compact rocket launcher for close range combat. Each missile accumulates an increasing rust effect on enemies, causing their defenses to weaken. Once the effect is fully accumulated, the robot will be infected, dealing a dot over a short time. So shell type is explosive, damage is 2196, 350 meter range. Effect duration for us is 5 seconds per stack. Effect duration is dot, 3 seconds per stack. Damage over time, 45. Effect accumulation 50% with a 10.5 second reload time. So to simply put it, the Revenge, Massacre, and also the Medium, Payback are essentially the Ice Rockets, Cryo, Rime, and Glacier, but they're rusty. Haha. So the medium one is, again, Payback, unchanged, except for its damage and dot. Massacre is the heavy one. Once again, damage and DOT damage are the same. 64, a stack of damage. And then we get to the pilots with Jad Parks, or Parkies. I probably have butchered the name. For the Paragon, Jad has piloted the Mercury, came back for the Erebus, one of the pilots, and is back on the Paragon. Jad's glee, Paragon activates a stealth system during the ability and stays in stealth for 5 extra seconds after the landing. Now, there's obviously, like I said, how the Paragon is a stronger Mercury, kind of. This here is a callback to the Mercury having stealth when it jumps and stays in it when landing. But then we have a Titan pilot, Ray Kumar for the Sharanga. And I believe my good friend Nobody War channel will be linked in the description. We'll be very happy for because he likes his Basilisk Sharinga. Retro modifications, Sharinga has defense points, 100. Hot Shot, full power increases Sharinga's damage output by an extra amount, by 20%. Scrap Duelist, Phase Exile instead applies the lockdown and death mark effects. So, to what this means, instead of just playing like a red phase shift and slowing it down on the Sharinga, you have the skill on your Sharinga, Phase Exile will completely change and only apply lockdown and death mark. Pretty good idea, but I don't know if it's better than the Phase Exile as of now. But all I know is my good friend Nobody is going to be very happy for our Sharinga pilot. And it desperately needs it. We got a new paint job for the Paragon Steampunk. Completing the event for Steampunk Showdown awards you with the Full Metal Punk title. And then move on to the special editions. Echo gets the Scrap special edition. The Shrieker, Quill, and Silencer get the same. But then we have the Hippogriff with the Oxidized special edition. And you already may have noticed in the previous update, the Hippogriff was missing a special edition. And it finally gets one here. And clearly I thought it would be kind of fun and quirky to have it a bit different compared to the one I gave for the Echo and its weapons. Overall, I think I like this event, and that's gonna wrap it up for today's episode. Hope you guys liked it. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.